All right. So this is our follow-up game here. I also, much like with WrestleMania, decided to start out the menu to explain why I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So the only thing relevant here is the difficulty. Now, feel free to go ahead and laugh at me since I have this on easy as opposed to hard. For those that don't know, easy is actually the hardest difficulty in this game. The difficulty in this game varies how much meter drains as you use it. Because in this game you have meter and you can abuse it to infinite people and it's awesome. The harder the quote-unquote harder the difficulty, or I should say the higher the difficulty, the faster your meter drains. The reason you want to be able to maintain meter draining so quickly is because that allows you to regain your meter, and every time you go from like 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, you get a health refill. Not a full health refill, it's like a random amount of health. So by having it on easy with it draining slower, that means we're going to inevitably have less health as the game goes on. And in this game, you are going to need it because this game has random damage values and the enemies are disgusting. If they hit you, you're probably getting comboed and you're probably just dead, assuming the first hit doesn't just kill you outright. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Such a weird thing. Also, get out your spank me's. You're going to need them. Oh, so good. Shoutouts to Weapon for that emote. Speaking of shoutouts, big ups to Lord BBH for having the 1cc that inspired me to pick up this game, as well as Fantastic Planet and Gundam, two other great players of this game who pushed me to go further. In fact, I'd say Fantastic Planet is like, he basically wrote the Bible on this game. It's awesome. So, let's go ahead and pop our coin in. We're not going to be playing as Batman. Robin is the much better character, and we'll get to that in a moment. That's going to be 3, 2, 1, go.
Robin.
So first things first, we're going to pull up into the Batmobile. And Robin's going to hop out, and then the Batmobile's going to go away, because we don't know who's driving it. First part of the moveset we have is this incredibly good dive kick. This dive kick is not only really powerful, it's a combo starter, and it's safe. Usually, sometimes even on whiff. So there we have our first power-up segment there. Robin unleashes a giant supernova, kills every enemy on the screen, and we're going to power up just a little bit more. Oh, that was not good. I got caught against that wall. Also of note, gadgets in this game. Very, very important to utilize. Right now I'm just going to keep dive kicking and powering up, though. That's unfortunate. I did not want to get run over by that. I'm trying to get this power up. No. Sorry, that female thug lunged on me. They're a very problematic enemy, which is why I'm glad to be rid of her now. Whew. Oh yeah, I forgot this is the second appearance of Val Kilmer this weekend, and he's not the best character. I don't know where that guy went. So we'll get a little bit of a preview of the Infinite here. Not going to drain too much meter with that, just enough to be able to kill that guy. Get our first coin flip. This one's fixed, which makes us smaller and causes us to do less damage. But damage doesn't really matter when you can just infinite people like this. Speaking of the infinite, you can jump cancel out of it. So it's very, very good. It's what you want to be doing pretty much all the time. You also have iframes during it, so oncoming vehicles won't touch you. Didn't really want to do that, but that's okay. The yellow guy's a problem. I want him dead for sure. That was neat. Unnecessary, but neat. Got some gadgets. The goal there was to not get hit by those walls. If one of those falling walls hit me, I was dead. Like, it's an instant death. Do not let it touch you. The clown grabbing you is bad. You see a lot of maneuverability. As I was saying earlier about enemies that do random damage values, that's pretty much every enemy in the game. If this guy punches me, it might do 10%, it might kill me. It might do 10% and cause enough hit stun for other enemies to come in and kill me. Really scary stuff when you think about it. I'm actually going to drain this down to 2 so I can start leveling up. There we go. Throw some batarangs. These guys that come out of the door. Nice. Whew. Scary stuff. I had such weird meter there that. Oh God, why? Female thugs. They're so awful. They're not even the worst enemies in the game, but they do have some nonsense. They have projectiles they can throw at you. And they have a dash upper that's invincible and does so much damage. That was awkward, but okay. Okay, finish him off. Onto our next room. So we also have this menu at the end of every stage. You have all these other options, then you have Hollow Mode, and the others don't matter, so we're going to take Hollow Mode. Hollow Mode's incredibly good. I'll show it off here in just a moment. First segment we're going to do is we're just going to step on all these guys because they die just by you walking over them. That riddle is also fixed, so there's nothing random there, despite the fact that it is actually a question mark. Alright, so here's how Hollow Mode's going to factor in. We clone Robin, do the infinite, have him spin on the dance floor like he just opened the door and walked the dinosaur. And that drains our meter very, 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 very quickly. But, wrong direction there. I really want some power up there. There we go. There we go. Okay. So full health is good. We really want to watch out for these enemies running in because they do a lot of damage most of the time. That was really bad. Can I please get a flip kick? I'm trying to drain meter here. By draining meter, I can have a chance to be able to gain some health back. That was rough. Cool, okay. That's not a big health gain, but I'll take it. Alright, on to our bosses. Let's see if I can drain down to 2. It's just some generic thugs we're going to see more of throughout the game. So yeah, we weren't able to get down to 2. Unfortunate. Okay. Rough stuff there. Took way too much damage on those shoulder charges. We're going to start here with Hollow Mode. Flip kick, please. There we go. Spin around a little bit. Get all this stuff. Just trying to keep it safe while I get this last one. I don't really want to use any gadgets here. There we go. That'll help. Freaky and amazing as this game is, the random damage values make it very stressful, especially in a 1cc environment. So I'm hoping for the best here. Oh, I got stun bomb. I didn't know that. Stun bomb's terrible. Worst gadget in the game by a decent amount. It doesn't do damage. It causes knockdown, which is sort of useful, but it's just not what you want. Okay, that'll work. Back to full. Drop them. Take some frenzy mode. Frenzy mode's just busted. It's essentially what lets you keep this up as long as you need to. Actually, I want that batarang. Batarang is a much better gadget than stun bomb. Taser's fine too. I prefer battering, but quick thing about gadgets in this game, they're use it or lose it. If you have a gadget and pick up another gadget, you lose the previous one. Did you get creative there for a little bit? Okay, cool. Got a lot of power-ups there. That was useful. Whew. Clear the screen. This, not this stage, but this particular segment is one of the hardest in the game, in my opinion. There's so much that can go wrong here with the kind of enemies that you encounter in such close quarters. So here we have our boss, Tassel. We'll be seeing him a few times throughout the game. He's really aggressive, and he does a lot of damage, but he gets infinited just like everybody else. So we're going to take all this swag we just got. Not quite back up to full, but this is okay. Onto our rooftop with our first unique boss. Activate hollow mode right away so I can get these gadgets out. Big thing to watch out for here is that crane. The heavy object on the end of that crane is a one-shot. It will kill us if it touches us. But we can't be in the way if it's there. Makes dive kick unsafe in portions because you can just dive right underneath it right as it's about to fall and you're just dead. Like, you can't get out of that. You set yourself up for failure. Luckily, it can also hit the enemies and kill them, so that's useful. Pretty simple stage otherwise, just has really basic enemies. Collect these super batteries, so we're gonna need them for the boss. Toss those guys out. Pretty much gonna try and stay resource intact here as much as I can. Okay. Just taking them out in short bursts. Yay, that was awesome. Can I do that again? These guys out before the helicopter shows up. Too late. Okay, so for the helicopter, this is where we use the super batterings. Can only use them on him. Can't actually use them on enemies. The gunfire doesn't hurt us. The reason he's a threat is because he's going to drop enemies if we don't kill him quickly. Okay. That's out of the way. Now I can finish these guys off. I just did that for fun. Okay. Take this. Alright, this stage went well. Now, to me, this stage, we're just going to start with a bang. The first actual really difficult stage. It's very, very close quarters at all times. Enemies charge in with shoulders, which do a lot of damage, as we discovered earlier. Really scary room. Yeah, big ups to the motion capture in the background. They have all this carnage going on around them, and they just couldn't possibly care less. Okay, so the goal throughout this stage for me is always just to stay in 3 meters as long as I can. If I go down to 2, it's immediately get back up to 3. That worked. Drop it down. Kill everybody in the room. What are you still doing here? Grab some swag real quick. Drop the chandelier. That's always fun. You can do that with the grapple gun, which normally is not one of my favorite gadgets, but it is useful for that because it kills anything it falls under. Stairs are pretty dangerous. It's an awkward corridor. I don't know if they hit me or not. This yellow guy has to die. He can dodge dive kick and he can block flip kick, so he's clearly a problem. Use some health there. There should be a health that spawns at some point. It's random, but hopefully it happens. No luck yet. Right, the guy on the top with the red mask is a real issue. He has grenades and a gun, so it can be really hard to approach him. Try to kill this guy. And just gadget him because I don't want to deal with him. It's not going to do much damage to him, but it will get him to stop, so I can do this. Useful. Alright, on to the boss of the stage, which is these robots that Riddler so conveniently designed. Didn't get a health up in that stage, so that's unfortunate. We'll be seeing a lot more of those guys, so no random health. Very unfortunate, but onto our first alleyway. This stage can be a problem. This is why I'm going to go ahead and just try to get down to 2 right away so I can heal up as quickly as I can. Alright, batterings will help. So, a couple other things. You get these random pickups throughout the rest of the game. The first few are fixed, and some later are going to be fixed. But throughout these next 2 stages, we're going to have these good or evil gimmicks items drop down, which is, it's two-faced, it's heads or tails. Evil usually is what happens, and you get that bomb that can hurt both you and enemies, so just don't be there. The mysteries that you get from the Riddler are a bit more advantageous most of the time. Granted, none of them do anything bad to you, but they don't always help you either. I'm gonna take care of these guys in the pit. There's a mystery that I want. Hollow Mode Part 2 is really good. Batterings there. Gotta gadget it here a little bit. Hello? Oh, no. The kick is so dangerous. Do not get hit by that. Gotta get out of the room with the bomb. Unfortunately, they don't have 3 bars for the bosses. Feather and Steve-O can be a problem. Steve-O, not so much. You can just infinite him right away. Feather has this defensive move that involves him spinning his bow staff that blocks all kinds of stuff. It can block your gadgets. It can, it does a lot of damage to you. It can block flip kick. Like, it's an issue. So you don't want anything to do with that. We're gonna Hollow Mode again to start the stage. This stage is very similar to the previous one, but it's, in my opinion, much more difficult. I don't know why that guy got a hit. Take out as much as I can, get the power-ups. There we go. I won't get to kill anything with this, but I got health out of it, so that's great. From here, my primary plan is to make sure that I'm flip kicking as soon as I'm on the right side of the screen to catch any enemies that are oncoming, because it's going to beat anything they do. Indestructible is excellent. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's invincibility. So now I don't even have to infinite to kill these guys. Good stuff there. Blow up the robot. This is also where we first see the enemies called Masters. They're the guys in the green bodysuits. They're one of the more difficult enemies in the game. We're going to wait for Two-Face to show up and fire his thing. Then we get to move on. Break it down one time. Want that good or evil? Worth. I'll take as much indestructible as I can get. It's incredibly useful. Anytime you can be invincible and a beat 'em up, yeah, just the heck out of here. I'm actually going to go ahead and summon Bat Call because there's too many enemies on the screen and I really want this power up. There we go. Bat Call is probably the best gadget. You know, it essentially kills everything on the screen, which is really good. The only real downside to it is you only get 1 use of it, whereas most other gadgets come from like 3 to 10. Alright, this section's going to be a little hairy. Wish I could have taken more enemies with me, because, man, these guys are... Cool. Also, you saw a random there that was invisibility, sorry. Not good. It's supposed to render you unseeable by the enemies, so you basically turn into John Cena. But it's actually not useful at all, because they can definitely still see you because it's the AI. Oh god, why? Okay, cool. Got really scared when I took that hit, but we got there. Not quite done here yet, though. A couple tough enemies. Those neon yellow guys are kind of annoying. They can pick up items and throw them at you, and they do a lot of damage. Now we go to our next boss fight. This one's pretty interesting, because you basically just get Hollow Mode to fight Sugar and Spice, and it's awesome. You can fight them just like you would regular female thugs. Lather, rinse, repeat. Give me all this. Alright, full resources. Let's go. Here's where the game really starts to begin. This stage, to me, is not one of the harder ones, but I've definitely lost some runs here, particularly in the later sections. I'm actually going to... I meant to Hollow Mode. Sorry about that. I'm actually going to keep this active because I don't want that car hitting me. I'd rather just invincible through it. Alright, I'm going to get as many power-ups as I can. Some Batarangs here. I tend to jump to use Batarangs because it allows me the capability to be able to throw them from anywhere. Turnaround mechanics in this game are really flawed because if you turn and try to throw a gadget, which is just the punch button, you sometimes might get this elbow attack that's similar to the elbow in Double Dragon, and it's not very good. The converse being that it's not very good because Double Dragon elbow is amazing. I mean, elbow's okay here, but you'd rather have gadgets. Like, if you're trying to do gadgets, you want to be using gadgets. I need that. I don't know what it did, but okay. Alright, got clusters of enemies. Let's go to work. Okay. What are you still doing here? Alright, old Mohawk here is going to be a problem. Excellent timing on that power-up. Down we go. Spin the wheel, make the deal. Some of these, female thug, gonna take her out. And we have a quick wave of some bosses. And we're small, for whatever that's worth. Certainly not a big deal. Those are just basic enemies and we'll just take them out. Get as many of these power-ups as I can. That'll put me up to 3, which is nice. Alright, Talon's the only one left. I forget what his capability is, really. He's still alive. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I guess it just allowed me to kill him at 94%. Neat. Alright, Neon Alleyway. This stage is rough, admittedly. Lots of close quarters, similar to how the staircase was. Lots of tough enemies, too. Like, most of the toughest enemies in the game you're going to see throughout this stage. But very much like a gadget here. I'm only at 2. I don't want to use the infinite because the 2 infinite is not very good. Okay, that's great. Yo, Ro with a gift sub to Gundam. Thank you so much. Get that person a big old retro win. Alright, now we're going to break dance. Now we're back at 3. Alright, cool. Also, big shout outs to Gundam. He's the only person with the brass to run Batman in this game, and he prefers to run Batman. He is a bold man, ladies and germs. Batman does have some cool stuff in this game. He has better defense than Robin. Batman and Robin both have a dodge, and Batman's is significantly better. Batman also makes better use of gadgets, particularly, what is it, grapple gun. Summon this. That mystery, I believe, is also fixed. It just shrinks them no matter what. I really wanted some power-ups there, and I lost them all. Getting grenaded, not good. Alright, so this is going to be a mission to get back up to 3. How are you still alive? Alright, this is going to be scary. Okay, back to 3. We're alright. That's pretty accurate. This is the Titans, Dick Grayson. Good old Fortune Smiles. Maybe my favorite quote in the game. Stun Bomb, that's not good. I don't think I had another gadget before, but it's still not good. I'll waste all these. I'd rather not have a gadget than have Stun Bomb. Stun Bomb sucks. Alright, these guys are annoying. Got 3 neon yellow guys that can throw stuff at you like that guy just did. And we got Mashers, which just have like the best moveset in the game. They have this hop kick that is a combo starter for them that does absurd damage. Corner these guys. Trying to get back to serviceable. Oh, nice. I dive kicked the barrel back into that guy's head. That was great. Come here, Mohawk. Here we have the return of Tassel. Same old super aggressive, high damage self he always was. And he still dies at the infinite just like he always did. Okay. On to easily the hardest stage of the game. Here we have the Batcave. The stage is brutal. And there's two rooms to it as well. Bowl is fine. So I tend to not use Hollow Mode here until I get to the second segment. I really wanted that health too. I'll actually just ignore that guy. I should be able to despawn him. That did a lot of damage. Not happy with that. Should kill them all. Okay, I really need to get down to 2 here. Riddler's gonna taunt us a little bit. Drain down to 2. Okay, cool. Got some health back. That was huge. Kill this robot. Admittedly, through here, you're supposed to be able to start getting some good evils. There we go. Now we're talking. Indestructibles are super useful here. You can actually just go all the way back to the start. Doing okay on resources. Could use a little bit more meter to make myself feel better, but we've got some enemies coming up, so that's not an option. I'm going to take the Smart Bomb to knock those guys down. Very difficult section of enemies. It's all Mashers and robots, so you kind of just have to wear them out with your best. Oh, no, 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 no. That gun is so dangerous. That gun's bad. Do not get hit by gun. Oh, I landed on a grenade he dropped. What a dirty move. Very unfortunate that happened. Okay. So wipe out some enemies. Sucks about the death, but we've got 2 lives left. This is admittedly going to be very hard. Lots of difficult enemies here. It's also based on a timer, so we don't have to actually kill all the enemies, which is nice. Grenades are an issue, though. The reason this is a real problem is we don't have 3 bars. Taking a death drops you down a meter. If you were at 2, you go to 1. If you were at 3, you go to 2. That'll drop us down. Alright. On to the actual hardest stage. At Cave Part 2. Okay. Here I'm just going to collect power-ups as I can. Hope I'm able to. I need to do this to avoid the spin punch. Spin punch is very dangerous. You do not want to get hit by it. It basically kills you. If you leave a robot at less than 10% health, it can unleash the spin punch, and that's really, really bad. Oh, there he went. I didn't think he was still active. I'm actually kind of amazed that missed me. Take out these guys and drop to 2. Ooh. Oh, go to... Jeez, that did a lot. I don't know why I took that much damage, but here we are. That was very, very well timed. Alright, down go all these masters. Very well timed power up there. Okay. That was terrifying. Alright, so here's our boss. Most unique boss in the game, although somewhat similar to the helicopter. Here we have the Monarch Bat, which I think is supposed to represent the bat that haunted Batman Bruce Wayne's dreams in the movie, as I remember it. He's a jerk. You have to fight him with projectiles. He has some fairly unusual attacks that put his hitbox out of range of you sometimes. I'll just block here. You can hold both punch and kick to block. I don't think I explained that earlier. Just going to do a lot of maneuverability here. Okay, got a second cycle. That's good. Do not touch me. You block him correctly, you don't take chip damage, which is awesome. Not what I wanted. Okay, that was odd. No, you don't. Oh, no, 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 he does. I was blocking, I promise. I guess I was just a little late on the input. Alright, he's gonna try and heal. Don't want that. Okay, cool. When he spins around in a circle like that on low life, he's actually trying to heal himself. But we took care of him. Now we get to move on to our final stage, which is basically just one big boss gauntlet in a spinning room. I don't know how that works either, but we're gonna do it. We're basically fighting every enemy we fought in the game up to this point, outside of batarang enemies like the Monarch Bat and the helicopter. Oh, I didn't know I had 3. I need to get down to 2. Definitely 1 health here. Actually, we'll use hollow mode here. I want that back call too. Oh, didn't get it in time. This final stage isn't that hard overall, but it can admittedly be kind of scary if you're not playing it correctly. Much like anything else, you can just be hit out of nowhere, and that's not good. Good time for a power up there. We get a lot of rotoscope scaling, which looks really strange. These guys are a problem. They have guns. Do not want. And grenades. I think this guy has a specific name in this game. I forgot what. Tassel returns for like the 3rd time. Finish him off with our infinite. Take this power up. Here we have some mashers, which are just the clowns. Admittedly, the only mashers that are really all that scary are the red ones. The purple one had this really good yo-yo attack. But you can actually get in on it, or you can just wait it out. Onto our masters. Oh, there's some health. Neat. Didn't take any damage from that either. That's a first. Whew. Still alive. What is this? Get out of here. Alright, robot time. Y'all can get spun too. Whee! Oh god, he's gonna do something. Do not want. Okay, I've managed to dive kick him before he could act up. Act up usually means spin punch or something equally degenerate. Okay, cool. Full health, almost full meter. Feeling okay. Got some mohawks. Won't be that huge of a deal. Those even remotely curious, spank me is what happens if you get a combo between 40 and 99 hits. And it's tremendous. Snack this. Sugar and spice for the second time. Oh, I thought I killed her. Whoops. One down. Grab this just so I have the meter. Gross. Yeah, their dashes are awful. They're friggin' invincible as heck. There we go. Alright, so we got a super battering, which is going to give us this really great cutscene for the Riddler. That's also the world record for the SNES version, I'm pretty sure. The actual world record for this version of the game is held by Fantastic Planet. It's a 25-something, like a 25-41, I think. Here we have Two-Face, who you'd think would be a really, really difficult final opponent, but he just dies to flip kicks like anybody else. Nice, exactly on 40 for the spank me. That's dope. And that's gonna be time. 27:55, not bad. C-O-C-L. Coin Op Classic. Whew. One death. I was definitely worried about this game this week. I think my 1cc percentage of this game this week was something like 40%. No misses, though I do have one. But, man, that game can get really terrifying. You heard me panic plenty when I got hit. As soon as you get touched, like, slam the red button, everything's bad. Like, you immediately have to get out of what you're doing and don't get hit. Whew. Pretty awesome little ending graphic, too. Oh, man. Thanks so much for the GGs, everyone. It was good to be able to showcase that. I actually got to play this a few weeks ago in the Endure for Kindness Marathon on Thanksgiving weekend, and it was awesome. Got a 1cc there, too, which I wasn't anticipating. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed those. That's going to do it for me. Continue watching the rest of the marathon. We got a few more games lined up. Next up, we've got Outworld, showcasing Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. To give an idea of what to expect, Mortal Kombat 1 is going to be a score attack exhibition, including the reptile fight. So that's going to be awesome. And then MK2 is a fatality glitch exhibition with Shang Tsung, which means all kinds of shenanigans are going to happen. So yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out with us this weekend. Been an awesome event. I very much enjoyed the Coin Op Classic, and I hope to see you all next time. Be good, everybody. Have a great weekend.